Hello Aliens fans, this is Solid Dave Snake, finally bringing you my review on the NECA Xenomorph Queen Deluxe action figure. And this figure has been a long time coming for me to do a review on it. I actually got it all the way back at Christmas from my girlfriend, and I did an unboxing video for it, which I'll put a link in the description below. So if you want to see what the packaging looked like with this Alien Queen, because it really was something else. It's pretty nice, but so big I can't fit it in this video with her because she is so massive as well. But this figure overall is an exact likeness of how the Alien Queen looked in the Aliens movie. And there have been Alien Queen action figures made in the past, which I have done a bunch of throwback reviews on between the McFarlane Alien Queen and the two Kenner versions. But this is by far the best Alien Queen action figure that we have gotten. And if you are collecting the NECA Alien figures, this is really a must-have, because we are also getting Ripley's Power Loader coming out sometime this summer. And then in the next series of Aliens action figures, we are getting a couple Ripleys. So it's a good time to be an Aliens fan in the action figure world. And this review is going to be pretty in-depth. So we will start off with the couple accessories that she comes with. She comes with this base that you have to be able to make her to stand. And it comes with this hook that you can clamp right under her chest. And this is the way to have the actual base for it, facing outward, so it can take the weight better, rather than these platforms facing inwards. It would still stand a little chance of falling. And it also comes with this longer pole, so if you want to have her more raised up on her hind legs and be a bit taller, you can. But I like her a little more hunched over using this pole right here. And she also comes with two interchangeable jaw pieces. I have the long one in right now, and I'll take it out. And she comes with one that fits in her jaw as well, not extended. Let me get a zoom in on these. I'll give you a closer look. There's nice detail on them, but it's my only gripe with this figure. The plugs on the back of these are really hard to get in her mouth. And they're both kind of shaped the same way, with this square but having a notch cut out here almost like an L, and you have to line it up, but it's really a pain to get it in there. But they are nice pieces, and the one that's smaller to look like its inner jaw is closed shut, where the one that's longer to pose with her jaw coming out is opened up. So those are two really nice pieces. And she looks really good without the jaw pieces as well, if you have her mouth all the way closed. Which this jaw piece is a must-have articulation point. The first Queen action figure to ever have that point of articulation, actually. And another thing that you have to assemble that comes off of her inside the package are these spines coming off her back. There's 6 of them total, and you have to insert all those. They come on ball joints. And there's something that I will point out here in a bit with these whenever I go over her. But we will jump right into that. I'm going to take my camera in a free mode. She is so big it's hard to fit her all on screen, so we're going to have to take a look at her from head to toe with moving my camera around here. And her face and head are my favorite things about this figure. NECA did a great job. Exactly how she looked in the movie. They almost used kind of a translucent plastic with those teeth. Give it that slimy kind of look. Even having these little membrane pieces that connect on the edge of the jaw. Looks great. And a big feature with this, if you remember when she first appeared in the movie, when she was atop her egg chamber, her head slid out from this. And you can actually slide this. Well, you know what? I'll go over that when I go over the articulation. it'll be a lot easier. But you can actually make her head look like it fits inside this massive dome piece, like it did in the movie. Which they nailed the head. The sculpt is perfect. It's exactly how it looked in the movie. And overall, she's a blackish blue, like how the aliens were in the movie. But she has spots where it's almost like a bronze type color. You can see it here on the neck. And I don't necessarily recall that color scheme being in the movie, but it doesn't bother me too much. Of course, she has the little hands on her chest. And she has an overall slim body build, which she had in the movie. Great detail in the arms and hands. Hands are just like they are in the movie. Those big gaps in between the knuckles. And these two fingers almost isolated on their own off the hand. That's how it looked, and NECA did a fantastic job with it. I like all the biomechanical looking tubing running throughout her. Stick with that Geiger theme. And we'll lift the camera up here on her back. Spin her around a little bit. And you can see the detail put in on her spine back here. And what I wanted to show you with these pieces that you have to put on, these extra spine pieces, if you notice on this side, they are sunk down, and it's an easy fix. I could have fixed it before the video by putting a hair dryer on it and straightening them out. But I just want you guys to be wary. If you rest her dome of her head on these, it will bend those. Just like this, because that's what happened with mine here. So it's an easy fix just to straighten them back out with a hair dryer, but be mindful if you don't even want it to happen at all. And I'll try to get a look under her dome here. Maybe a little dark with no light shining there. Yeah, I mean there's great detail, but the way my lighting is right here, I won't be able to give you a good look at it from underneath. But I love the spine running all the way through the tail, which this tail is on a bendy wire. So, of course, that's the ultimate articulation for any tail. And the leg looks great all the way down to the feet. She has the feet just like how she had in the movie, which were tinier toes, and that heel coming off the back to make her almost look like she's wearing high heels. I always loved that aspect of the Queen and the design that they added. And the way they even have her tail coming off the back like that, to where it almost looks like there's enough room under here to hook her up to her satchel that lays the eggs, the egg layer. I don't know if NECA ever plans on releasing that as a deluxe box set, but it almost looks like you could attach something under here. So I wonder if they have that plan in the future. That would be really, really neat. And I'll just set the camera down now and try to go over all her articulation. She comes with a ton, and it is much needed and expected from a deluxe box set like this. But the feature that I was trying to show you on her head is this dome will actually slide forward. So you can give that illusion, sorry guys, you can give that illusion that her head is sunk up in there, and then pull it back out to bring that head out. And of course her jaw was articulated, which will go a good ways down and all the way back up. And her head here is actually on a ball joint, so you can get that tilt to her head like she's looking from side to side, and a little bit up and a good ways down. So that's great. That's on a ball joint there. And then she has another ball joint here at the base, but also a cut right here, so you can get even more swivel out of it. And not too decent of a range of movement out of this ball joint, but enough. Looks pretty good when you have her head all the way up, but that's where you'll run into the problems with the dome laying on these spine pieces. And at the actual shoulders of the main arms, they're on a ball joint, and the elbows are on a ball joint and hinge, so you can get the rotation and bend. And same thing at the wrists. Get a good range of movement up and down with it and side to side. And the little inner arms here on the chest, they have a ball joint connecting to the body, which you can get good movement out of. Ball joint and a hinge at the wrist, and same thing at the actual hand. So good range of movement there. At the waist, she actually has a diaphragm joint, which you can't get too much movement out of, and you can't really spin it from side to side too much. So that joint is almost useless, but, well, I'm glad it's there just to get that little bit of extra. And she has ball joints at the hips, but I'm not going to move any of these right now because of the way I have her positioned. But you get a good movement out of those. You get a ball joint and a hinge here at the knee, and then same thing here at the back part of the knee to give it this look, almost like the dog alien has. And you get a ball joint and a hinge down here at the upper part of the foot, and same thing down here at the lower, which you get a nice ankle pivot out of too. So you can get her standing up a lot more straight than what is presented right now, but I prefer this hunched over coming forward pose. And the last point is right here. She has a cut at the tail, which you can get to rotate, but she has a bendy wire in the tail, so that's the ultimate articulation piece. You can really, it's really thick in there, so it will hold whatever pose you want really well. But I like to have mine coming forward in almost a menacing pose. So, alright guys, that's the Alien Queen from NECA, and thank you for sticking through this review. I know it was a little tougher with such a big figure, but she is just incredible, and if you are a NECA Alien fan, she is a must pick up. So, thanks for watching guys, and as always, stay tuned.